We've launched Altitude by Direct Travel to establish ourselves as a host agency for independent travel advisors and any agencies who would like to be hosted in their entirety. Because really, when it comes down to it, what we're in the business of doing is helping our advisors grow their business the way they want to grow it.
Hello there, Stephen. It's been such a long time. Nice to see you, and congratulations on launching Altitude by Direct Travel. Before we get into this um, ultra high-end, ultra net worth client initiative at Direct Travel, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you a little bit about current affairs, because of course, there's a lot going on in the industry, which is very unpleasant. The travel advisors are, I would imagine, in some cases, in an absolute chaotic environment where they either have to rebook groups of clients who were going either on a vacation, marriage, whatever. Then there's the corporate, people stuck in the Middle East. The whole atmosphere to me feels um, heavy, you know? So how is it on your side? Tell me.
It is challenging at times, certainly depending on where clients might be. Lots of rebooking. What we have not seen is a ton of cancellations for further out booked trips,
Okay.
which is a really positive thing. Maybe there's a bit of a wait and see there, but fortunately and unfortunately, um, we are all used to this chaos in the travel industry. We've been through it. And we have a great support network, support teams that help our travel advisors with rebooking, understanding policies, et cetera. We have been navigating it okay to date. The feedback from the advisors is they've been able to manage to help their clients successfully. Yeah, unfortunately, we're pretty good at it because of practice
Right.
over the
Right.
last few years. Of course, no one ever likes to see anything like this happen, but it hasn't so far, and I'm going to probably regret saying this, but so far it hasn't been as tumultuous as we probably thought it would be from a rebooking standpoint.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really, really pleased to hear that. So you don't
Mhm.
have advisors running around pulling their hair out, um, going to the edge of a balcony saying, I can't take it anymore. It's not quite like that.
No, I wouldn't say it's quite like
No.
that. I'm sure there are some frustrating scenarios, but generally speaking, we haven't heard of any of too much hair being pulled out.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now back to you and altitude. A lot of chains, consortia, are moving, targeting deluxe, luxury, whatever you want to call it, because of course that's where the money is. And there's suddenly all these very wealthy people in the world who want to travel in a very pampered way. So you being direct travel, enormous operation, lots of muscle behind you. So I'd like to understand a little bit about how this works, how it applies to your advisors and the relationship with Virtuoso, because I never quite get how those two work together.
Okay, let me start with the fact that direct travel is generally known as a large corporate travel management company within the industry. We do have a very significant leisure operation, but we felt that it was not understood in the industry that we are also a significant host agency. And we wanted to make sure that was clear. So, really, we've launched Altitude by Direct Travel to establish ourselves as a host agency for independent travel advisors and any agencies who would like to be hosted in their entirety. Our relationship with Virtuoso has not changed per se with the launch of Altitude. We are a member agency in Virtuoso. We kind of look at it as a partnership. It's a very important partnership. But they support our connection with service providers around the world. And they'll continue to do that with Altitude. Obviously, our leisure business is very focused on the luxury market, and Altitude is not changing that. It is just continuing that forward and giving our host agency an identity.
So I misunderstood. I thought Altitude was very much directed at the luxury market, most specifically, that was the rationale behind launching it. But obviously, as a host agency, yes. But what you're saying is that because of who you are, you're already very focused on the luxury market, and now you're taking that out into the broader sphere through hosting other agents. I got that right? I think I had it asked backwards.
Yes. Yes. So we have within leisure, we have a retail arm, which will continue as direct travel. And then we have our host services where we host independent travel advisors and agencies, which will be under Altitude. Now, as independent travel advisors, some choose to market as their own brand. Some choose to market as direct travel, and some will choose to market as Altitude. And we give them that option. But as a brand in the marketplace, Altitude by Direct Travel is our hosting arm. And it allows us as well internally to focus our support services. My AirPod's about to fall out. To focus our support services on the needs of an independent travel advisor, which is different than sometimes slightly different, but different than the needs of an employee travel advisor who might be sitting in a retail branch. And we want to recognize that and make sure that our support is focused on the needs of those advisors. Because really, when it comes down to it, what we're in the business of doing is helping our advisors grow their business the way they want to grow it. And that's really, and as you said, that luxury market, that it's very strong right now, despite the chaos that we just talked about. The luxury market is very strong, and we have about 700 independent travel advisors under Altitude, which, from your reaction, not everybody understands that. But we have a strong hosting infrastructure, and really we're best at hosting established advisors. Probably two-thirds of those advisors are high producing advisors. And whenever you have a hosting arm to your company, there are going to be some that are not necessarily a high producer, but a significant number are.
Right. It's funny you say that you don't think that you're recognized as, on the leisure side, whereas to me, historically, when I think of, in the past, oh, she's a vision agent, on the leisure side, then you would know that that's a very high-end luxury advisor, and of course now direct under the new ownership. So yes, I didn't know you had 700. That's really quite an impressive number. So is the purpose then to start in branding this division, is it to attract more advisors to direct travel?
Absolutely. For us, the key is whether it's a good fit for us and for them.
Mhm.
We don't want to just welcome as many travel advisors into Altitude as possible. We want it to be a good fit. We want them to be comfortable, feel they're in a position to be able to grow their business the way they want to do it. But yeah, we would like to welcome as many independent travel advisors as feel that this is a good fit for them. And we're pretty excited. We're working on, technology is a big part of
Yeah.
the discussion these days. We're working on a platform that is really going to revolutionize the way a travel advisor books travel, engages with their client. Some may know that we were recently purchased by some investors that have a strong focus on technology. Avenir on our corporate side is our new technology platform. And we're leveraging that expertise. We've got some really, really smart people in the organization. We're leveraging that to build out a platform for leisure. And we're really excited about it. And that will, in turn, be able to support that growth of the independent travel advisor and really any agencies that want to come in as well. That's one thing we're not necessarily known for is hosting agencies, but we do have a number of smaller agencies that we host, and they're able to operate the way they want to operate, but take advantage of our support network, our commercial contracts, all of that.
Whenever I speak to someone in your role, I hear a lot about new to industry, and that's where a lot of the host agencies are populating advisors from is going out and attracting business people who want to change in career because there's really only so many advisors out there, right? It's a finite pool, and for a long time, people were taking from one, going to another, so it didn't really help the bottom line of the industry to grow, wasn't really expansive. So is that your approach? How are you going to add to the altitude base?
We are always interested in welcoming new to the industry, but I would say it is not our focus and niche. We are typically taking advisors who maybe they were doing it part-time and they decided they've been successful and they want to move into an environment where they've got the support that works for them. And again, every agency is different. They offer different things for advisors. We recognize that. But we are a great home for an advisor who wants to grow their business, wants a good support network, wants good marketing, and but has an established client base that they want to grow. That's really where our forte lies.
Okay. You're talking about technology, building a platform. I imagine this is going to be a custom platform,
Yes.
which, like, wow, in travel,
It,
that I find that such a scary prospect because it's so complicated, right? And
it
this plug doesn't connect with that plug, and then this one only gives you part because this is NDC, and then that one won't connect through the packages. And how on earth do you approach building a new platform?
Well, we have a foundation with Avenir, and so that's very helpful. And then we will aggregate some other pieces and bring them in. But nowadays, with APIs, you're able to integrate things into a seamless workflow, and that's the
Mm.
key here, is building a platform with a seamless workflow. So we're underway. I don't have a launch date by any means, but we're really excited about it, and what it's going to mean for our advisors.
Stephen, how much are you and your advisors are implementing AI?
We're looking at implementing it into this platform. I would say we're just scraping the surface right
Mhm.
now, on a daily basis of how AI can integrate into the workflow. And there's this fear that AI will replace the travel advisor.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen that way, not in my opinion. The human connection with something as personal as travel is so important. And so the advisor plays that role. AI is just going to augment the experience, that really make it a bit easier to do some more automated tasks for the travel advisor, but it's really to assist them. Um, uh, you talked about Virtuoso before. Matthew Upchurch has the saying, "Automate the predictable so you can humanize the exceptional." And it's so true in
Yeah.
this, and that role of AI is just to automate the predictable. But the human part is never going to go away. So
And you know what?
um,
I'm going to add to that. It's not just the human part, which of course is huge in travel, but it's also the fact that AI can only do so much. I could dump all the news every morning into AI and have it spit out articles. You wouldn't understand what you're reading half the time. There would be so many mistakes, so many misjudgments, mischaracterizations of what's really going on in the world because it is built to extrapolate and make generalizations, which is why it works. It's nice for cleaning up some copy, but it certainly cannot be relied on, for instance, to put together an itinerary because it makes mistakes. It has these hallucinations. It creates general statements that are absolutely incorrect, not based on the latest information. It doesn't scrape information continuously in the same way. So it's to me, it should have use with caution on it because it can really lead you down some dangerous paths.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll integrate it in ways that make sense to assist the advisor, but yeah, it's not meant to build out itineraries and replace
No.
advisors at all. And so we'll take a cautious approach, but we're certainly going to be including it as part of the platform because it does have a role for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So altitude is your baby? You've
Altitude
developed and
is
conceived it?
Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah,
It's
but
been a bit of
you
a long time
personally,
coming.
Stephen Smith, I need you to
Um,
talk to
I,
me.
I'm not going to take the credit for it. It's a team
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a while. Joelle Goldman heads up our host services vertical, has been a big part of it. Others as well, but we're excited. It has been a long time coming. We're excited about it, and we're ready. And we're here with open arms. And it's a big industry. Lots of great people in it. Want
Yeah.
to make sure people are finding a place that's a good fit for them. But we're delighted to finally launch it and let people know that we've got this focused approach to independent travel advisors and really helping them grow their business because that's how they get paid.
And they're the
And
future, really. Independent
yeah,
advisors are the future. I mean, that's the way the industry's going.
it is the way the industry's going. We've got lots of employee advisors. There's a role for our employee advisors. We've got some
Mm,
great employees, but it's certainly the biggest growth area in the
right.
industry is independent travel advisors, and we're aware of that, and we're excited for it. And we're also, we're on the global stage now, and so that's a whole new arena as well. Our focus with Altitude right now is in Canada and the United States, but the sky's the limit, as they say.
Well, good for you. It's so nice to see you grow within your role. I've known you for a few years, and I'm very happy for you. And you've won some awards. You're doing an amazing job, obviously, Stephen, and congratulations.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for having me on. I'm delighted and so nice to see you.